Chairman, and thank you to the panelists for being here, for the witnesses. I'm happy that this committee has spent so much time on what Congress and the federal government can do to promote technologies that really better the lives of everyday Americans. As a former securities and insurance regulator for Montana, I'm proud of how my state has been a leader in fostering this innovation. I would really like to drill down on the role of states. In 49 states, except for my home state of Montana, have money transmitter laws. I'm going to start with Mrs. O'Mara. Does the patchwork of state money transmitter frameworks prevent firms from offering services nationwide, or are the frameworks generally interoperable?
Thank you for your question. Under the current regulation, you need to be regulated and have a state license in every state that you operate in. And listen, we're tremendously proud of the deep partnerships we have with obviously every state that we operate in, but it is a patchwork system, and that there is no overarching, obviously, federal regulatory payment charter that we can operate under. But the current situation ensures that there's friction in the system. We need to resource, obviously, and own those relationships. We have different, obviously, rules and regulations around how we operate. So while it works today, it is very challenging for the types of businesses and the activity that Stripe does in the U.S.
Thank you. Move to Ms. Inderica. Does selecting a charter or license at the state level offer businesses more flexibility in the offerings they're able to provide to consumers and businesses?
It's a great question, and our history is that we started our business with a South Dakota Trust Charter. And we got that charter, we had no clients whatsoever. And so it was really important for us to seek regulatory licensure to be able to operate our business and to be able to hold those funds. It was a necessity for day one operation. As we started to grow, and as we knew that we were going to grow and go after more sophisticated multi-state licensure, it was imperative that we sought a national charter. And so when that opportunity opened up for us, we went for it.
Thank you. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. We've talked a lot about firms seeking charters for digital assets. I'm going to move to Mr. Portilla on this one. Outside of digital assets, what else are you seeing firms seeking charters for?
At the federal level, the options are relatively limited. You can seek a full-service national bank charter. I have clients that are doing that, becoming a bank holding company. You can seek a limited purpose national bank charter, for example, to offer trust services and related activities. And people are doing that even outside of the digital asset context. In terms of payments, there is no federal payments charter, so that's not an option.
Right.
And so people are looking at state charters, like there's an uninsured innovation charter in Connecticut that clients or entrepreneurs pursue when they want to do a payments business.
Thank you.
So I really think you see the full range.
Right, thank you. So how do the services that national trust companies offer compare to the services provided by state money transmitters?
Well, I think they're similar and different. Money transmission is obviously just that, receiving money from one party and sending it to another. A trust company under the OCC's current approach engages in some form of custodial activities, some form of fiduciary activities, and then activities related to that. So for example, a money transmitter is not required to engage in any fiduciary activities. Mm-hmm. So I think of them as, a Venn diagram. There is overlap, but you cannot, under the current framework and the OCC's current approach, have a trust bank that is a pure play payments company.
All right, thank you. I'm going to shift gears in my remaining time here to combating fraud. As the former securities regulator for the state of Montana, my primary responsibilities were protecting investors and going after bad actors. So I'm going to go back to Mrs. Inderica. Can you discuss how innovation and advancements in the payment space have made combating fraud more effective?
Yeah, I'll give you an example of how we combat fraud. Fraud prevention is built into our product layer. And so really we have the capability to confirm institutional intent, confirm the intent of the money mover and the intent of where to move that asset. And something like that can be easily applied to the payment space. In fact, we are trying to apply that right now to agentic payments, which are actually not very well suited to the existing payment structure and was talked about early on in this committee. It's something that we really need to think about, and it's something that Anchorage Digital is thinking about quite a bit, and we have a proof of concept already. So these are the things, like fraud is actually built into the product layer.
The gentleman's time has expired.